Oh, we're live. Damn. Let's see. Not sure how many people are going to be on. I wanted to talk. Oh, boy. Let me get this. So I wanted to talk about our first storage unit score. Yeah, it was awesome. We bought a storage unit off Storage Treasures. I should really get up here and check it out. I've been wanting to do storage units for a while, so I just kind of randomly got on Storage Treasures the other day, and we did. I just found one. It was local. It was literally like, God, 5 minutes down the street. So we did. I bid on it the night before it was done. The day it was ending the next day. Sorry guys, I've had a long couple days. Anyway, if anybody jumps on, say hello or have any questions, go for it. But I'm not expecting a lot of people. But I bid on it. Had the high bid. Figured, there's going to be a lot of bidding at night, so I didn't really think much of it, it's the next morning. And then I had it at like, I don't know, like 140 or something like that. It was a big unit. It was a 10 by 25 unit. So if you're doing your storage unit for the first time, I probably would not recommend doing that big of a unit. But it was close, and I kind of always go big if I'm going to do it. So, yeah, I bid on it. I'm trying to think. I think a couple hours before it was going to go off, another guy started bidding. So and with Storage Treasures, I think they add the last 3 minutes. They add every time somebody bids, they add like 3 more minutes. So kept going back and forth with this guy, and I was literally to the last bid. I thought, because I didn't want to go over like $200 for my first one, because I figured with the storage, with the cleaning deposit, I'm into it for 3. And I didn't know if I was going to clean the whole storage unit out or not, because it was huge and there was like big stuff in there. So I literally did the last bid for 260 and won it. So I'm not sure if let's see if I can turn this around. There's the unit right there. Sorry, I try not to block this. I guess not sure how good you're going to see it. There's the unit. I liked about it was you're not going to really see in the pictures, but there's a lot of there was a lot of dust and like the dirty chair. It's really hard to see. I'm trying to see if I can get one of these other pictures up. And this picture was hard to see, but my computer comes out better. If you go back there, you can see that there are a ton of boxes back there. It's really hard to see in this. Over here. It's really kind of hard to see, but there's a ton of boxes back there. This was the different photos. And I'm actually kind of surprised that it didn't go higher than what it did. Trying to see here. Yeah, sorry. It's really kind of hard to show the photos on here. So, anyway, we got a 60. And then, for those of you that don't know, the Storage Treasures takes a percentage of it. So I think I had ended up paying them like $60 or something like that. And then that was basically their cut. And then when I got to the storage place, I actually called them and asked if it was okay to come over right away, because of course I was excited. Went down there and it was $250 something. I think part of what you pay Storage Treasures goes towards, I think that pays Storage Treasures and pays some to I think like 10% goes to the storage place. Anyway, went down there, paid him $250, then also had to give $100, and had to pay in cash. and had to give him $100 cleaning deposit. So did that. He went and I think he sawed off the, yeah, I guess he would have. They sawed off the lock, and I really didn't know what to expect. I watch a lot of guys. I mean, I kind of knew, but I watch a lot of guys online that do it, that do a lot of storage units. And like I said, I've always wanted to do it. My thought process was that with 260, I really can't lose because we do kind of stuff different than a lot of people do. Like I sell a lot of stuff on eBay that people don't sell, which we do well with. And a lot of the stuff that we ended up taking out of this unit, a good majority, well, not a good majority, but I bet half of it would have been stuff that people wouldn't have even thought sold on eBay or would even try to sell it on eBay. So I kind of knew I had that going for me. And also with local sales, which we do a lot of, I knew some of the bigger stuff I could sell locally, and flea markets if we had to. Obviously, I'm not really doing a lot of flea markets now. Actually, I haven't done any for months, but the ones around here are open, often, or a lot during the winter too, as long as it's, usually like 40 degrees or something. Anyway, so I really thought like there's no way I can lose. And if I do, it's a learning, you kind of pay to learn. So, and I saw totes and things, so I could use them. Worst comes to worst, I'm going to get some stuff that I can use. Anyway, so it ended up being a great unit. It was all kinds of stuff. I would try to show stuff. I was too busy to try to do any, filming out in the field too much. I put a couple little clips up, but there was just too much to do. We wanted on a Wednesday morning, and we went on Wednesday. The next day was Thanksgiving, but they still wanted everything out by Friday. That's what the guy said on the phone. Then later they said when I was there, if you need an extra day or two, it'd be fine. So I ended up going the other day and say, hey, can I have till Sunday? Today's Saturday. So I knew we had more time. I didn't take a truck, even though it's a huge unit. Once my son and I went in and looked at it, I knew that, I really didn't want to sink $100 into a truck. So I knew at worst, I'll leave the stuff in there, let them keep the security deposit. I had asked the guy, what happens if you don't get it out? And he said, yeah, we'll just keep the money. So it wasn't really going to be an issue. I know I've heard that some storage places don't like you doing that. But, this guy didn't seem like they really cared. They probably could have auctioned it off again with what was left. We took maybe 10% of the unit out of stuff. 15% was good stuff to sell locally or on eBay. And there was a ton of stuff left. What happened was, there's just all kinds of craziness for this, but when we went in there, we started finding some good stuff right away. A lot of vintage stuff. There's a lot of crafting and sewing stuff. I found out later that it was an older lady. I believe she died of cancer, which unfortunately is part of what you deal with storage auctions. A lot of times the people die or have money issues. What I found out was when I asked the owner was that the lady, her daughter, I guess the lady, they put her stuff in here, and the daughter owns it, and she had like 3 or 4 other units, I believe he said, and I guess she couldn't afford all of them, so this was the one they left go. So at first when I heard that, I thought, is this going to be junk, or is this going to be the junk that they don't care about? But anyway, we got in there, and there was great stuff. I found everything from, we found sealed DVDs, a lot of vintage, we found vintage toys, we found some vintage clothing. This lady must have been a hoarder, or I don't know. She must have bought stuff on sale too, because there was just tons of Christmas stuff, Halloween stuff. We did find some old Christmas and Halloween decorations. God, what else do we find? Just all kinds of stuff that was still sealed. A lot of sewing stuff, which we actually do really good on eBay with. A lot of crafting stuff. Tons of just stuff we found a Mall Madness game. I don't believe I put that in any of the videos. We found the Mall Madness game there. I already sold that for like 50 bucks plus shipping. That was one of the first things that sold. I have barely listed anything. I sold a couple things local. I sold there was even new like, you know, things in the boxes. Like we sold a storage closet, like a rack to put clothes in, and it has like a covering over it to, you know, so it doesn't get dirty. We sold that. We had, what else did I sell locally? I can't even remember. Oh, little sewing machines. There was like these little, they were called Easy Sew sewing machines, and people were going crazy for them on Facebook. I had two of those. But we sold them all, man. I sold like some vintage Jingle Bells for Christmas that were craft things, and we sold those right away. Actually, I have something right here that I just listed. You guys, older people might remember this. Richard Simmons Deal-A-Meal. The box is actually jacked, but it's brand new. And this actually goes, look this up, this goes for like 30, 40, 50 bucks new. So have that. There literally is, we took about 3.5 carloads of stuff home for eBay and local, and we're keeping a few things too. We found like detergent, stuff like that. It's also good doing storage units, finding stuff that's, you know, that you can use for yourself. But it was great. We found out tons of stuff. So anyway, try not to ramble too much, and I'm sorry if this isn't the greatest video, but I just kind of wanted to get my thoughts out there and explain, like, you know, what I thought of it and what my plans are. But I actually have to go get my daughter soon. But anyway, we were there, I think the second day I went with my wife. What would have been, we didn't go Thursday because that was Thanksgiving. We went Friday. And the owner came up to me and he said, "Sir, you know, the lady that owns that owned this unit is coming." And he just wanted to let me know. And because she actually has another unit like 2 doors down. So that's the awkward thing. Like, she came out and talked to us. That's one thing I kind of don't like about it, is it's just really awkward when you're going through somebody's storage unit when they're sitting right there, or where they're standing right there. Like, I felt really, it just was really weird. Like, she understood what we did, and, you know, it's not my fault, you know, that her, you know, she didn't pay for it. But anyway, she had said something about, you know, there's furniture in the back. There was like a bedroom set in the back, and I didn't want to have to deal with that. I was going to try to sell it local and not move it. It's some pretty nice stuff in the back, but I didn't want to deal with it. The picture I showed you, there was like a fold-up bed in there. There was like an old rocking chair. There was an old vibrating like recliner, and then there was mattresses and stuff in the back, and bedrooms, like a big dresser, really nice dresser. I really didn't want to deal with that anyway. So she was like, you know, "Can I buy some stuff back from you?" So I was like, "Yeah, you know, that's fine." And then she was starting to ask about some other things. And if you saw my other video, she asked about ashes being in there. So of course, if we find the ashes, we're giving them the ashes. And we kept any like pictures aside. She said, "You know, I'd really like the ashes." She said there was a couple other things that if we could, you know, she would like to buy it from us. So we ended up talking for a little. She laughed. Like I said, it was a little awkward, you know, when you were talking to somebody that's there, it was their stuff, and now it's your stuff. But I guess with it being our first auction, I kind of feel like we got that experience out of the way right away. So I'm sure it won't be the last time that it'll happen. Um, so anyway, you know, like I said, I wasn't planning on cleaning. Once I saw it, we didn't want to get a truck really and put like, you know, another $100 and some in it, because I figured it'd be cheaper just to leave the stuff that we don't want and let them clean it, or let them do whatever they want to do with it, and let them keep our deposit. So I figured, well, I'm going to be into it for like whatever it was, or almost $400 if they would have kept the deposit. But long story short, the lady got my number, and I texted her. You know, once we had a good amount of the stuff out. It took forever to go through. Like, we were taking the boxes home. We were filling you know, we have an SUV. We were filling that up, bringing them home. We live in a townhouse right now, so it's very small. I'm actually down in we have a finished basement, which is my office for eBay, but I don't have a lot of room for a lot of other stuff coming in. So we were bringing the stuff home and kind of sorting it here. and it just got to be too much. I just told my wife, and she went with me 2 days, and we were like, let's just go through the stuff there. Obviously, if you were taking it with you, if you had like a warehouse or something, and you had a truck or had to rent a truck, you'd put all that stuff in there, not really look through it while you're there and just, go through it at a warehouse. We didn't have a lot of room here, but we did go through stuff. Luckily, we have a dumpster here, so I threw a ton of stuff in the dumpster. But, the last 2 days, we just went through the stuff there. And today I brought a bunch of totes and we loaded stuff up. But since I knew there was a lot of stuff left and the lady wanted stuff, I told her, because she had said about paying me for the stuff. So I said, well, how about this? How about because I had figured that I had to be out by Sunday night because I had asked for the extra time. So I told the lady, I said, well, how about if I get out by like Saturday afternoon and you pay me and you can come back and take whatever you want. Now, some auction place or some storage unit places wouldn't want you doing that. Having the old owner come in and look through stuff. She had actually talked to the owner and asked if she could rent, because I had told her, I'm going to leave stuff for you. You pay me. We had agreed on like $400. I said, you can come get your furniture out. She actually ended up giving me $500 in cash today. So that more than paid for what we paid in the unit. Plus, I got, even though I didn't clean it out, I still got my 100 back because she ended up renting it for one more month. I guess they felt bad and gave her a month to get it cleared out. So for being our first unit, we did. I don't expect them to all be like that. I'm probably spoiled now, but we did really good for our first unit. We basically could have went in there, did nothing, and made $200. I mean, we got, like I said, it was like $260 with the fees and the deposit. We were into about $400. And today, I wasn't expecting on getting the deposit back, like I'd said. And today we got $500 from the lady to come in here and basically get most of her stuff back, because what we took, even though it was a lot, was a small. If you'd see the unit, I mean, there literally was I probably went through over 100 boxes of stuff. That's why I bought it, because I knew there had to be something good in that unit. It looked old. All the stuff in there was old. I mean, this lady had packs of gum that was like, 15, 20 years old. Like, you could just tell nobody's been in there. There was cobwebs in it. It was dusty. But I found really, really good stuff that I hope to go over at some point. And show some things. It's just been really crazy here. I found VHS tapes, the blank ones, like packs of 10, like sealed. I found Barney puzzles, like brand new sealed, like from the 90s. I'm trying to see if I have anything else close by. Most of the stuff's upstairs. Stuff's still in the car. We have a lot of stuff to sell locally. Like I said, there was toys today. I found Legos. Like, not a huge box, but a box of Legos. God, what else do we find? Just lots of stuff that probably even a lot of people that are going to see this don't think sell on eBay. Just be open-minded, is all I can say when you get storage units, because you're going to find so much stuff. We found like Nike binders, like really nice Nike, like school binders, I guess, that were brand new. I mean, this lady bought, she'd buy stuff and it would be, she'd buy like 5 of the same thing. It was crazy. We have, I don't know if I have it in one of the other videos, but it's the Abbott and Costello. It's like a, what's it called? Animated thing with the Who's on First thing that they're famous for. There was 3 of those in the unit. 2 were in the box. 1 was loose, but then we found the other box today. Those are I think 30 on eBay, or we'll sell them local. The Nike binders, there was 10 or 12 of them, brand new with the tags, and I think they sell for $15 each. God, what else? There was just a lot of sealed stuff, sealed DVDs, old DVDs, long box DVDs. They were weird. I never even seen DVDs like that before. I'm trying to think what else there was there. Random toys, like I said, the Legos. Christmas stuff, tons of Christmas stuff. We bought a lot of Christmas stuff home that we're going to sell locally. to people because people will buy stuff on Facebook like that. But it's just like I said, we're already basically, so far I sold, we got the 600, so we're up like $200 already. And then locally, I sold $20 worth of stuff so far, and then we have about $50 profit on stuff on eBay so far. And like I said, I've barely listed on anything on eBay. I've maybe listed like 5 to 10 things from the haul. We have totes and totes and totes of stuff on eBay. So, actually, I should probably get finished up here. But what our plan is going forward is, I'm actually looking at more storage units for next week. I'm gonna probably go with a smaller one. Like I said, I just kind of jump in on this. Eventually, obviously, I'd like to have, a box truck or a van or something that I can, haul a little bit more with. But I think storage units is really what we're going to start getting into. We want to maybe start doing clean outs too, which we've kind of been doing a little bit. As far as we don't really go in and clean like the whole house, but we go in and, put a bunch of stuff together, and buy from people. So, when they're like moving or somebody dies or something like that. But that's really what we're hoping for, like to get into this. Sorry for the light blinking on and off, so if you see that, but that's what we're hoping to get into. And I'd eventually like to get, my son seems to be interested in it. He's 16. I'd like to get him more involved in the business. My wife helps out a little bit, but I'd like to, really just take this far and just keep pounding stuff on eBay and having like a ton of stuff listed on eBay, and maybe even get like a small warehouse unit or warehouse space, excuse me, and really just pound this out. Maybe do like, a unit, depending on how big it is, a unit or a couple units one a week or a few a month, whatever it would come out to, and do other things too. But that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to start trying to document it as much as I can on here. I'm not really good at editing things, so a lot of times, I just do little clips. I'm not really sure how you send like multiple clips to YouTube and then like paste them together or whatever. So if anybody knows how to do that, let me know. Because like if I send a clip to YouTube, it goes right on live right away. So, Mr. Sadi, what's up, man? So, thanks for saying hi. Nobody said anything so far. So anyway, that's what we're doing. So I got to get ready and get my daughter here soon. But, leave messages. Let me know what you think. Really love doing the storage auction thing. Like I said, we got kind of spoiled on this one. I mean, if I had to guess, it's going to be hard to tell, but, I would say this is going to be easily thousands of dollars in profit. At least a few $1,000s would be my guess, and that's not exaggerating. There's just a lot of stuff there. So I'll try to pick out some better things and do another video. I haven't posted much, so I don't, know how many people are really even watching the videos right now until I start posting more. But yes, we're mainly eBay now. So we do some local stuff. Local stuff's nice just to get some cash. We actually usually just put stuff on the porch and people just leave the money. Like we have a little thing on the porch that people just put it under or put it in the door. So that's been kind of nice. But we have a lot of stuff from this unit that we can sell locally. Should make at least another $100, $200 just selling stuff local. And then everything else will pretty much be eBay. We were doing flea markets, and if I had more room, I could have took a lot more stuff, because there definitely was a lot of stuff that was like that $1 to $2 stuff for like flea markets. Like, she had a ton of like ornaments and little knickknacks that, she bought at like Dollar General and like CVS, and like the people I'm sure would eat that up at like a flea market for $1 a piece. But, I was the king of paper. I still do paper. We actually found paper in the unit, which was nice. We found a lot of like travel stuff, like paper, old like just brochures, and we've actually got quite a bit of paper to list from that unit. So I still get paper. I just wanted to expand and do. We also do go to the Goodwill outlet a lot and get stuff out of the unit or out of the bins there, because it's so cheap. We're kind of more into the bulk, like we've always been bulk buyers, but we're kind of more into that like low price, but oh, thanks, Sadie. Yep. Yeah, I like I said, I'd love to do longer videos. It's just it takes it. We were so busy. We like busted ass the last well Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. We've just been today. We've been it's been crazy, but we were lucky that the unit was so close to the house. It was literally like 5 minutes away. So it was more than I could have asked for. Like I would have never thought buying a storage unit would have been like this. Um, I was hoping to make, a little bit of, a few $100 and, obviously you're going to find all this good stuff, but every box we got into, and I'm sure we may have left stuff there. Like we didn't go through every box she had a lot of clothes, a lot of boxes that were heavy that had books in them. Everything was listed pretty much what was in it, which was kind of cool. But like if it had toys, it would say toys or games or I was hoping there was more toys, but we did get a decent amount of toys. There was a ton of clothes, but it was that like old lady clothes. Like, no offense to anybody, but it was more like the old lady clothes, like not even, and they're older clothes. It wouldn't have even been stuff we could have did. No, I said earlier in the video that um, the lady actually came back. We were going to leave the stuff in the unit. Some units don't like storage places don't like you doing that. We were going to leave it there just because it was too much stuff. Like we would have had to rent a van. Like I didn't want to put a lot more money into it. And there was some huge stuff. Even if I would have got a truck, like I would have had nowhere to put this stuff. Then would have had dump fees. So I figured it would have been cheaper there was like a fold out. If you look at the beginning of the video, I showed some pictures of the unit. There was like a fold out sofa. There was a recliner. There was a bedroom set in the back, mattresses. Probably in the future, I'm not going to buy a lot of ones with like mattresses and stuff in it unless I get some help and get a bigger vehicle. I'm going to probably stick to more. This was a 10 by 25. So, I mean, this is around here at least. This is one of the probably the biggest unit that's ever going to be up for auction. So, a lot of times it's 5 by 5, 10 by 10. No, we did. I did talk to the guy and say, if I don't get all the stuff out, you just keep the security deposit. And he was like, yeah. But what happened was, if you didn't hear me earlier, was the lady actually contacted us that owned it. And I worked out a deal with her where she came back in today. I was done getting everything out that we wanted. And she gave me $500. We worked out because she wanted to buy some of the furniture back. Well, she got $500. I told her I'd leave it there for her and leave some of the other stuff that she wanted. And she gave me $500. And I also got my security deposit back because she somehow worked out a deal with the storage unit company or the storage unit place to have it for one more month. So I guess she could clear more out. So it was a win-win for us anyway. We looked at it because we basically we're up 200. Even if I wouldn't have took anything out of it, we would have been up like $200 from her giving us. So I can't expect the only thing it does is it spoils us for the next one. Cause I know I'm going to get some duds but I mean, if you pay the right price, this was, like I said, it was on Storage Treasure. So it was an online. I think most times they're going to get more bids than a live one would, but I think this one actually worked out better doing it online because I think if people would have saw this auction or been at it, I think it would have went higher. And I also said earlier, if you didn't hear that I won it for 260, that was going to be my last bid because I wasn't going to go over 200 to start. But 260 was literally going to be my last bid. If the guy would have bid one more time that was against me, he would have got it. So I'm so glad that we got this. But yeah, so it was a great experience. I'm going to keep doing it. Hopefully, I'm actually looking at unit. Yeah, for a huge unit like that, I mean, I think if it would have been live, like a live unit or live auction, that it would have went for more because you couldn't really see. It was really hard to see how much stuff was in that. I looked at some of the photos and the one was really dark, like at the top when they showed the back. and I could just tell that there was a ton of boxes in there. So I thought, with all those boxes, there's got to be something good. And like I said, there was a lot of clothes, there was a lot of books. We didn't open. I did open them, but I didn't root through like every. Like sometimes it would say books, and there was other stuff in there that was good, or it would say clothes, and there was some stuff in there that was good, but I just didn't have the time to go through like every box, you know. I mean, thoroughly. Most of the boxes I did go through like pretty much thoroughly as I could, but ideally, yeah, man, I'm good too. I miss you too, man. We should get on a chat sometime and talk. I like when you put out videos every now and then, but I'm still around. It's just been hard to do any videos. Still doing eBay. We've done a lot. We've had a lot of a lot of stuff going on the last week or the last year. Just moving and my wife's health. She had some health issues and just a lot of stuff going on. But we're back on our feet now and it's getting better. But we're still doing the thing we did. I don't know if you knew, but we did Amazon for a while. We were doing that, had a warehouse, we're doing books. And then when they changed everything on that, we got out of that and just kind of went back to eBay, which really was my first love. I kind of got talked into doing Amazon. And I liked it when we did it, but eBay's always been what I like. I mean, yeah, there's some stupid crap with it, but I really enjoy it. So I'm gonna head out. I will catch you later. Like there wasn't really many people watching live. Sadie, I appreciate you, or Sadie. Sorry, why am I saying Sadie? Mr. Sadie. 2 more vids, but yeah, you were killing the books. Yeah, we were for a while. Sorry, I don't know why I was saying Sadie. Mr. Sadie. Anyway, so yeah, I'll catch you later. You can always send me a message on here and we can chat, or if you text or anything, leave your number. I can give you a text, but I'm going to try to do updates. I don't really like to do, I know I'm going to get asked about like eBay and whatnot. I really don't ever like to give that out. Of course, to you, I would, but, it's just too risky with people, messing around with people's accounts and stuff. So I don't give that, but we're just trying to do it. I'm trying to go big here. I'm getting older, so my kids are getting old. I'm trying to, get this going now. If I wouldn't have screwed around so much when I was younger, I probably would have, had to be doing 10 times better. But yeah, man, hit me up sometime. We'll talk on if you can do like a live whatever hangout or something. We can do that sometime again. But yeah, all right. Peace, everybody, and I will keep everybody updated. I'm tired, but the grind continues. All right, let me see if I can get off of here.